No contact can be hard to navigate and harder to stay on top of. In this video, I'll share crucial tips to help you stay no contact with a narcissist and what happens after you go no contact. Number 1, distractions. You'll spend less time thinking about the narcissist and make no contact a lot easier for yourself when you distract and keep yourself busy. I've shared before about my own recovery. I had one of those huge 5-subject notebooks or whatever, and every day, every single day, Saturday, Sunday, holidays, I wrote myself a schedule of things to do, literally every hour on the hour. I also filled this notebook with extra things for me to do. I also filled this notebook with all these hours doing things that really required my time and my attention. I focused on things like learning other languages. I was reading a lot of very involved, very in-depth books where I was taking notes and learning about certain things. I was also into full-blown study narcissism mode. I tried a million different things that I learned I wasn't very good at and I didn't really like. And also on top of that, I tell you, my house was never cleaner. So the more that you're doing and the more important the things are that you're doing, the more involved it forces you to be and to really use your brain. If you're thinking about something else, some project that you're working on, you're far less likely to be thinking about the narcissist. And another good thing that you can do as a distraction, so to speak, is to work on yourself. When was the last time you had a checkup at the doctor, the dentist, any other specialist you might need? When was your car last cleaned out or washed? Have the animals been to the vet? Have you gone for that promotion? Have you planned out that vacation? When was the last time you donated to an organization that could really use your help? That's also a great way to boost your self-esteem, by the way. Working on yourself and staying distracted and staying in depth and involved and focused on things will definitely help once you go no contact. Number 2, shut it all down. Get the hell off of social media. Social media is no place that you need to be when you're going no contact. It's all a bunch of people humble, bragging, whiny, complainy bullshit, and lame-ass quotes from people that you probably don't even know about some garbage that won't help you anyway. Focus on being with people more organically. If you can't do that, pick up the telephone and make a call. Take photos without sharing them with everybody on all of your profiles. I can't impress upon anyone enough that social media is just a high school drama show mixed with some kind of pissing contest. Who has the best life? Who takes the best selfies? Who has the best stuff, the best material possessions? Don't engage. Do something far more meaningful. And if you don't know what that is, I'm going to have you rewind and go right back to number 1. Number 3, repair broken relationships. Narcissists love to isolate you, make you feel like no one loves you. They're all talking badly about you behind your back. And you staying in a bad relationship can also cause you to lose people really close to you because the idea of you being in a bad relationship pains them, hurts them, and they don't want to be close to you. With the narcissist gone, I highly encourage you to go back and try to repair some of those relationships. Let others know that you're no contact as well. This might help those people keep you accountable and keep you on track. Get back out there with your friends, talk to your family, set up things where you'll be meeting new people, again, organically and in person. Find places to go where you'll come across people with some similar interests. Even if you have a small family or a small social circle, then that should make you want to try even harder to keep that all together. Number 4, PHP, passions, hobbies, and purpose. You'll get along in no contact with a narcissist a lot better when you have things to do that you're really passionate about. Do you love working out, going to certain events, spending time with animals? Whatever the case might be, find your passions. Passions make you really excited, and you know that it's something that you have a passion for when you completely stop thinking about the narcissist or the relationship, and you can focus on what you're doing. Hobbies, distractions, things like that are kind of what I talked about in my first point. But lastly is purpose. This is huge. What are you meant to do? Are you a parent, a spouse, a teacher, whatever it is? What is your purpose for being here? I truly believe that we're all here to help others. We just need to find that right place where we would be the most beneficial to other people. We all have strengths and weaknesses, right? We have to figure out where we would work best. Some people are great teachers. Some are great mentors. Some are great for inspiring others, entertaining others, and so on. Find your purpose. It should be something, never someone. Never focusing on someone narcissistic and why they're not talking to you and why the relationship didn't work. Something important, not someone who couldn't be less important. Number 5, set goals and remember the primary goal. Don't tell yourself that you're never going to talk to this person or that you're not going to talk to this person for, let's say 6 months. You will scare yourself right out of going no contact. It will cause a lot of anxiety. Set small goals as you go no contact. Look, 1 day at a time, 1 week at a time, but remember the ultimate goal. Yes, in the end, you won't talk to them again, but you're not there yet, so why freak yourself out about it? This can be a very daunting task. Break it down, make it smaller, make it easier to obtain. No one gets up having never run a marathon before and runs a marathon. You run a mile for a little while, and then 2, and you work your way up to being able to get there. For days, weeks, maybe longer, you slowly work your way towards that ultimate goal. And this is what you're going to do now as you start no contact. Take this journey 1 mile at a time. Maybe actually stop and smell the roses. This isn't a race. This is the beginning of the rest of your life, a happier, healthier life. There's no rush to get there. If you only wait to celebrate those big wins, those huge accomplishments, and you skip over all the little things, you're going to wait a very long time between celebrations. Celebrate and set the small goals, and the primary objective is where you're going to end up. But don't think about that right now. Number 6, fake it till you make it. A lot of times as you go no contact, you're not going to feel good. You're going to be lonely and sad and pissed off probably and scared. And at that moment, you have to fake it. Things like, no, I'm good. I don't need to reach out. I'm okay. I can do this on my own, or I'll call a friend. I'll look up an answer to this question. I'll go take a shower. I will maybe write down my thoughts, do some journaling. Tell yourself you'll reach out tomorrow, but not today. And literally fake it 1 day at a time. You're going to have bad days. You're going to get lonely. You're going to be bored. You're going to be sad, but harsh truth incoming. I don't sugarcoat shit here. It's not the narcissist's problem that you're sad or mad or bored or lonely or any of that. It's not their job to give you a dose of feel-goods to make you happy, to make you feel loved and validated, or whatever it is that you want. Maybe you're looking for an apology. Maybe you're looking for them to admit, they did something wrong or they did something bad. It's just simply not their job. It's your job. If you feel empty internally, or if you feel like you really want something internally, none of that is going to be solved from anyone externally, especially someone abusive. If you need something, if you want something, if you want words, if you want a conversation, if you're hurt, scared, sad, bored, lonely, whatever, why would you reach out to the person who hurt you when you're hurting? Why would you reach out to a person when you're scared who never made you feel safe? When you're angry, why would you reach out to someone who made you mad? When you're crying and inconsolable, why would you reach out to someone who caused more than half of those tears in the first place? You cannot go where you got hurt and possibly expect to find healing and comfort there. And if you think that you do seem to find comfort there, that is a lie that you tell yourself. Number 7, sort out how you self-soothe. When you're having a bad time, maybe a weak moment, we need to find things that help soothe us in that moment. As we purge unhealthy coping mechanisms and get rid of the reliance that we have on toxic people, we need to slide better, healthier coping mechanisms and skills into place. Don't call some loser who hurt you. Take a nice bath, put on some music, sing, get out some energy. Maybe do something healthy like working out where you can let out some anger and aggression. Video games and other games and hobbies can let you blow off steam or have a laugh, cool off a little bit. Maybe a certain meal you like. Hell, take a nap. You need to learn other ways to deal with a bad day, some rough, uncomfortable feelings, or a hard time. Those things don't go away when we no longer have contact with the narcissist. You're going to have to develop those coping mechanisms that help you move on without your reliance on this person. Number 8, talk to a therapist or a counselor. You might decide that you don't want to go through all of this alone, and that's a really great decision. Therapists and counselors are great people who will always lend a listening ear in a judgment-free zone. They can give you certain techniques to try, skills to learn, and things to work on if you're willing to be open and honest about what you're going through. Number 9, no contact, no contact. I know the buzzword here on the interwebs and stuff is going no contact, but I've been doing this for years now, and I don't really like the phrase go no contact or I'm no contact. I'm not no contact with anyone. And give me a minute here because I'm going to explain. I don't have people blocked like on my small amount of social media that I do use, for example. I only have people blocked if they're stalking me or harassing me, which I've had happen over the course of my life. But other than that, I don't have people blocked. If I don't like you, if I don't have anything to say to you, I don't talk to you. I don't actually need to block you. I went to high school back in the 90s. There was no block button. I just walked down a different hallway than you. I didn't talk to you. I didn't sit at your lunch table. I don't need a block button. I don't care if you see the few things that I do post on like my one social media outlet. I have social media to be social, not to block everyone and keep everything private. Frankly, it's childish and counterproductive. If you want to keep everything private and block everyone, then just delete it all and text the 3 people that are left that you do talk to. Nonetheless, as a responsible adult, I don't post things that I care if the world sees because I have respect for myself and common sense. I don't care if the narc sees I went downtown to a museum last week or whatever the case was. Same with my phone. No one's blocked. They can call. If the narcissist has my number, they can call, they can text. But here's the thing. None of this has anything to do with them. This is about you, or about me in my example, but this is about you. If you don't have anything to say, I have to use myself as the example. I don't have anything to say. The narcissist that I dated, I don't have anything to say to him. My dad was highly narky and toxic. He died back in 2020, but before that, I had nothing to say to him. I do not engage with toxic people. I identify the toxicity. I don't even go any further as to put a label on it. I go, oh, okay, I don't need to engage with you. You're attempting to steal my peace and my joy, and we're done here. But I don't really consider myself no contact. If I decide that I do actually have something to say, I'll reach out. Ex or not, whoever. But I know that I gain nothing by talking to them, so it becomes, why would I? I don't want to deal with this old ass carnival ride, the wheel of abuse. I don't want to do that anymore. So we really have nothing to say to each other, so I'm not going to. I don't consider myself no contact. I am very much the person, I don't speak unless there's something to say. I don't talk to you unless I have some kind of a question, especially once I've identified you as toxic and you won't commit and you won't have conversations. You're not mature. You're highly manipulative. I don't have anything to say, but I tell myself I can reach out whenever I want to. We're adults, but I mean, why would you? Why would you want to do it? I don't know. But for me, I'm not no contact, I guess. But you speak when you want to. Simple as that. Don't worry about it. Never is a very dangerous word. You'll speak if you have something to say. And if you realize there's nothing to say, then you're not going to. Makes this no contact, quote unquote, a lot easier. Maybe you'll have something to say later. Who knows? If you would like to talk with me one-on-one, get some help and support for what you're going through from a survivor, you can click the link down in the description below to set up an appointment to chat with me. If you want more information, maybe you have questions, you're always free to book through an email. You can email BookAChatWithJess@gmail.com. Number 10, ignore the hoovers. In this case, if you're being nonstop hoovered and harassed and stalked and junk like that, that is an actual reason to block somebody. That is why the block button exists, and the only reason that block button exists. Take out the trash. That's it. Ignore the losers. We're moving on. Again, there's nothing to say. Ask yourself, do I have anything to say? I haven't said 100,000 times? Are they going to tell me something I haven't heard 100,000 times? You'll probably find it's a lot better to just keep it moving. Number 11, reflect on what the relationship really was. Crappy, by the way. The word is crappy. Among other words, I won't say on YouTube. If you thought it was so great, I encourage you to sit down and really reflect on what you thought was so great and why it was so great. With enough thought, if you've come through a lot of the gaslighting and the brain fog, you'll find it probably wasn't as great as you tried to convince yourself that it was. Really have a moment or two to think about what the relationship really was. How transactional, how transparent, and frankly, how gross. Number 12, understand that this is going to suck. It does. It's difficult. You have to want to do this flat out. You have to want to go no contact. You have to want to move on and feel better. Sometimes we know that something is going to take time, work, effort, and patience, and we have to stop expecting things to get better so quickly. You're not going to forget about this person. Stop it. They traumatized you. You're not going to wake up one day and have amnesia, and you're never going to remember them. The wounds heal, but there are scars. You're going to have to look at the scars. You're going to see them. You're going to notice them. You might get triggered. You might have some memories. This is going to take time, work, and effort, and you're never going to forget this person, and it's going to suck, and it's awful, and it's terrible, and you have to just kind of embrace that pain and find some strength. But no contact for at least 60 days. This teaches people that you're not going to tolerate the treatment that you've been getting. And this gives the narcissist in question plenty of time to do some self-reflecting on their own. True narcissists won't do this, of course, nor are they going to change. But with that information in mind, there's no reason to go back. If this person was capable of changing, they would have done it by now. Aren't you worth it? You are. You know you're worth it. You know that you're worth love, dignity, value, respect, and so on and so forth. So why haven't they done it? But they love you, right? They love you so much, but they just can't help themselves to treat you like shit over and over and over. I'm not here to sugarcoat any of this. Understand the cold, hard truth. They don't think you're worth changing for. You're not worth them doing better. It's easier to go start over with a clean slate. You're not worth the responsibility, the sacrifice, and the hard work they would have to make to change. You are not worth it to them. Don't take that personally. I wasn't either. You know what? We're both better off. Stop trying to be friends. You're not friends when you start going no contact or after the breakup, whatever the hell, whatever it is. You're not friends with your abuser. You're not cool with them. You don't hang out. This is not cool. It's not okay. The relationship was manipulative, cruel, and unacceptable. And if you're going to stay friends with friends like that, I hope you don't have any enemies. Don't you have other friends? If you don't, go get real ones. True ones. I mean, really, you can be super best friends with this person, but not in a relationship. Yeah, why? Why would you do that? Hard pass, hard no. No contact does get easier over time. The real trick to it is this. Here's the real trick. You have to decide that you're done. You have to admit that you're probably addicted to this person, the fighting, the drama, the abuse. It all boils down to this, survivor. Are you ready to quit or are you not? And if not, there's nothing wrong with that. Short and sweet, no contact works when you want it to work, when you're ready for it to work. Most of these people are not going to just leave you alone. Do the hard work, be free of the flea, lose the leech, vanish the emotional vampire. Thank you so much for listening. Like and subscribe for more videos on narcissism, narcissistic abuse, and how to heal every single week, usually more than once a week. Have a great day, survivor, and take care of yourself.